What we've seen from the reading was someone around you who is acting hot and cold, and we've seen from the cards that the reason being it's because they're still trying to heal from a very difficult situation which left them without any structure and stability. And in the future we've seen a give and take, you helping them in order to heal from the situation and just focus on what this beautiful relationship could become. And what we'll see now is more details about how they feel about you, what your connection is bringing to them, and what the future could be for the two of you. The first two cards in between the Page of Cups and the Hermit are really showing us what this person thinks about and how they feel whenever you are on their mind. Two of Wands. This is the promise of progression. They see that with you, they can really make plans and they can really start thinking about the future. A future that you could build together and just enjoy right next to each other. A very stable foundation that starts with this Two of Wands, a balanced energy that could become something really beautiful. We also see here that what they're trying to do whenever they think about you is trying to fix this. They know deep inside that there is something broken, and every time they think about you, there is this preparation for action, which means that the attraction, the love they have for you has the power and the potential to make them shift and make them heal once for all. This is something that also they can't control. It's too strong. It's an energy that they have to handle in a way or another, otherwise it will get stronger and stronger to the point that it will become painful for them. And so with the Two of Wands, we see discovery, and we see someone who's trying to get out of their comfort zone. And their comfort zone is pretty clear from the cards that it is them just hiding, as we've seen with the Hermit, just going within and shut the world out. But we see that that doesn't make them happy at all. Nine of Wands reversed. This is a card that it's showing someone being exhausted. Exhausted to try to keep things in, to control all of this energy. We have 9 Wands. It's a huge amount of energy. And someone who decides not to take risks. They tell themselves that if they let themselves go here, they will get hurt. They will get abandoned again. And they will be left with nothing. This is them limiting their options, their view, because of their beliefs are limited. Overall, they're afraid to not have what it takes in order to be happy, in order to be happy with you, and their fear of losing you prevents them to pursue anything at all. This is one of those moments where the person says, I'm going to end this relationship now. I'm afraid to get too attached to you and then lose you. But at the same time, they are the ones who are taking this relationship, potential relationship and situation to the end. They are the cause of that ending. And so it's a very big conflict that they have inside of themselves. But keep in mind that what we see here is that every time they're with you, every time they feel this connection and live this connection, they feel like a brand new person. Ace of Cups. This is a card that is showing all the emotions coming up to the surface. There is no more trying to hide, no more trying to keep everything down. Let's leave everything come up and let's just be ourselves. And that's exactly it. When they're with you, they feel like they can be themselves. This connection, these feelings that they have for you are giving them the power to put aside all of this and just be themselves, even for just 1 hour, couple hours, maybe a whole day. But keep in mind that as soon as they go back home, as soon as they're not with you anymore, the doubts come back and turn this Ace of Cups upside down. And here instead they're spilling all of it instead of keeping it around them and enjoying it with you. There is a need to release that emotional baggage, and we see it right here with the Ace of Cups. And again, we go from one positive energy to a negative one. The Chariot reversed. This is someone who's lacking of willpower. And as we were saying here, This is how they feel when they're with you, and this is how they feel when they're not with you. They are at the mercy of two opposing forces, and when they're here, they cannot move anymore. Usually the Chariot is a very fast-moving energy, very goal-oriented. They don't care about anything else but to get to the goal. And when it's the opposite instead, all they can see is the obstacles. And so they let that car not moving. They leave it parked there somewhere and they're not progressing anywhere. And all we need to do here is really just working on this Three of Swords and bringing it up to a Four of Swords, which will complete that cycle of healing and will enable them to get to the next step. And for the future, we have two more cards that are showing us what the situation could evolve into. The Lovers reversed. The Lovers usually talks about definitely a beautiful connection, mutual attraction, respect, honesty, and that's there. Regardless of the position of this card, that's still there. But also this card talks about a choice, making a choice and choosing love. And in this case, they are still not able to make that choice. In other words, they're still not able to let this go and just focus on what you have together. There's still a lot of conflict inside of them, and they're also having a hard time communicating all of this to you. The Lovers reverse, it's definitely a break in communication, which means that we still have this hot and cold energy, and this Ace of Cups, Chariot reversed. It's just very conflicted. But keep in mind that every time we see a negative, we always have a positive right next to it. Four of Cups. What we see here is the solution of all of your problems. What the Four of Cups is telling us right now is that we need a way to control those emotions. We need to remain calm and communicate the feelings, controlling the intensity, and just think about what we want from the future and not what we are running away from the past. And in other words, this is telling you and them, in order to fix this and go to the Four of Swords and finally start to enjoy all of this, communication needs to be improved. It has to be very gentle, very understanding, without any kind of judgments. And if you will get there, this love really has the potential to grow into a beautiful life together.